Blessings, everyone. I got a quick story to share with y'all. So this is something that happened when I was 19. I was at I was coming home from Union Square, coming home from Manhattan to Brooklyn, and I had to transfer to from one train to another. And when I was pulling in the station to transfer, this thought came into my head that it never takes more than 10 minutes from when I arrive on the station for the next train to show up. So I hear the thought and I dismiss it because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's true, but let me just keep going. So so I get off the train, right, and I get onto the platform, and literally there's hundreds of people on the platform. Now this is 11 o'clock at night in the summertime, so that's a little bit more than unusual. So I go up to somebody, I ask them what's going on, and they're like, well, I don't know. I've been waiting here for 2 hours. And I'm like, 2 hours? And they're like, yeah, like, they didn't tell us anything, so we're just waiting for the train. So I go with this one lady upstairs because we want to find out what's going on. So she goes over to the booth. I stand at the turnstile because I don't want to lose my fare. So she goes to the person in the booth and then talks to him for a bit and then comes back with a piece of paper. And she's like, yo, they're giving out bus vouchers because the train isn't running on either side. And I'm like, wow, they're giving out vouchers up here for the bus, but they didn't go and tell anybody. So like, what's the point of all of that? So I go back, I say thank you. So I'm gonna go back and tell everyone. So I go back downstairs and I go up and down the platform and I'm yelling, the train isn't running on either side. The train isn't running on either side. And people walk up to me and asking questions like, oh, what should we do? Like, how are we gonna get home? And I'm like, they're giving out bus vouchers upstairs at the booth so y'all can get on the bus for free and go home. And they're like, thank you, whatever. Oh, you should be the spokesperson for the MTA because you're giving out information and they're not. And I'm like, my whole thought process is if I get a piece of information that's gonna benefit me, I'm not gonna just bounce and be like, okay, good luck to y'all. Now I'm gonna go back and tell everybody. So so hundreds of people leave the platform, literally hundreds of people. And I'm standing there because a few people, maybe a couple dozen people, are lingering around, asking questions. Some just, decided to stick it out. And lo and behold, the train pulls up. So I look at my watch, and literally it's been 10 minutes since the time I pulled into the station to the time the train pulled in. So just like that thought in my head said, which I now know was the voice of God telling me, it only took 10 minutes for me to arrive at the station and for the train to pull up. So this was a lesson to me in patience because if I had just waited, I wouldn't have caused this mass exodus of hundreds of people off of a subway platform in Brooklyn. So um, I felt a little guilty about that because it's like, wow, like I just altered the lives of hundreds of people. Now, they're leaving the comfort of a nice cool train and now they're getting, piling up on buses at 11 o'clock at night in Brooklyn. So um, the moral of the story is when you hear a voice in your head, sometimes that's the word of the Lord giving you instructions of something to come. So I thought I was being proactive. Like I saw a problem, I was going to get a solution, and then I was going to come back with information. But I just altered the lives of hundreds of people outside of, the best outcome was for me to just wait and chill out, go on the word that I got earlier from the Lord and just sit and wait for the train. Now, this is an interesting scripture I thought that ties into this that kind of encapsulates this experience. It's from Proverbs 14:29. And I like the CEB version, the Common English Bible. It says, patience leads to abundant understanding, but impatience leads to stupid mistakes. So That was definitely a stupid mistake on my part. I was leaning on my own understanding instead of going by the will of God in that moment. So when you get these seemingly random thoughts in your head, don't dismiss it because that could be an instruction for the Lord on what to do next. All right. I hope that blesses somebody. God bless.